I think it's really awesome that we are getting to see such a huge franchise and like trendy thing in Hollywood and in the industry, bringing in like such spooky elements, because like I could kind of tell in the theater that some people were like shocked. Hey Ghoulsters, welcome back to the Ghoulmates, where we keep the spook alive all year through pop culture, nostalgia, and everything in between. We just got back from watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and I had zero expectations for this, to be honest. And then we got out and we were like, we have to tell the Ghoulsters how spooky this movie is.
It's pretty spooky, and I had mentioned it to her. There's going to be spooky elements from the stuff I've read. It's pretty spooky. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Halloween vibes in it for sure.
Yeah, so we're not going to give away any spoilers, but we are going to kind of, as usual, talk about it a little bit, give our final review, and wrap it up real quickly for you guys, because we just want you guys to get out there. So my experience with this movie is I've seen all the Marvel movies except for Doctor Strange, because he's just not my cup of tea, so I wasn't interested in this movie.
Yeah, like Marvel has a lot of like these little characters that have their own like movies that are not like bang for your buck, but they still are like a huge part of all of Marvel.
Yeah.
And they're important. But now they I think they up the level in this Doctor Strange versus like the first one.
Yes.
And there's just like so much happening, and it's just crazy. And I kept on doing this to Mandy. Like when something crazy would happen. So I loved it. It was great. If you're a fan of Sam Raimi, he's the director of Evil Dead, and he brings a lot of those horror vibes in there. There's like jump scares in it too.
Yes.
And it was just great seeing a lot of old school stuff that Sam Raimi used to bring to like his movies and stuff, because he hasn't really done like a comic book movie in a good while.
Yeah, it was a surprise for me, honestly. So I'm just gonna go like really quickly through all of the things. Yes, there's tons of cameos in it, like more than I expected there to be. What else? The music. Oh my gosh, the music was so good, even though Rudy had mentioned it to me a couple of weeks ago that Danny Elfman was doing the music. I don't know why, like I just forgot, and like the whole time I was like, oh my god, the music is so good. Oh my god, the music is so good. So yeah, it's obviously anything Danny Elfman does is spooktacular. What else? There's tons of witchy vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are underestimating how spooky it is. Like she said, there is a lot of spooky vibes, specifically like witchcraft stuff, like magic stuff. There's also undead stuff, different universes that you never thought about, different appendages everywhere. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's just crazy what happens. Like there's just so much stuff that happens. They have a new character called America Chavez, and she's pretty awesome. Like,
she's Latina.
And she's Latina. She was supposed to come out in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Oh, really?
But they cut her scene out because she was gonna like, I don't know what she was gonna do in that movie, but she's supposed to arrive and help the Spider-Man. But yeah, it was cool seeing her character. So I'm excited to see what she does going forward in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, for sure.
There are post-credit scenes. For sure. They're not like huge or anything, but they do tell like a little bit about the future of what's going to happen. But you got to go watch and see.
Yeah, and if you're thinking, because I know not all our audience is into comic books and these movies, I would say that you probably don't need to know a whole lot about the past going into this movie if you just kind of like take it for what it is. Like bigger fans, I think like Rudy, are gonna like truly enjoy like the whole storytelling process of it, but I think that it does make sense, and I think it's like really awesome the amount of like witchy stuff there is in it.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like if you're gonna go into it, don't feel like you need to know all about Doctor Strange. I think at the core of it, it also has to do with like motherhood. And if you're a mom that like is always like trying to protect her children and stuff and very motherly, I think the movie will resonate with you. So like, don't go in thinking like, well, I need to watch all these movies and it's not gonna make sense if I don't. So it will make sense if you just go into it, because they kind of also talk about stuff, like little tidbits about the past movies.
Yeah.
And that's enough information for you to like understand what's happening.
All you gotta know is that the Scarlet Witch is actually Wanda, yes, from WandaVision, and she lost the love of her life Vision, all because of what happened in Endgame.
Yes.
And because of that, she'll never really have her happy ending or have children. And so this is basically her being a badass witch, trying to create the happy ending that she wants, even if it's a little skewed to everyone else.
Yeah, the WandaVision show weighs heavily on this movie.
Yeah.
So if you've seen that, you should be good. I'm gonna say that we're gonna see a lot of Wandas or Scarlet Witches for Halloween, and Doctor Strange battling each other and stuff.
I know, that crossed my mind.
I think that we should do it too. But yeah, it's definitely like a cool movie to watch. Lola wants to come visit. Come here. There she is. Look at my little Scarlet Witch right here.
All right, so let's wrap this thing up. It's freaking bats. Out of 5 bats, how many bats would you give this movie?
I give it 5 out of 5 bats. I really enjoyed it. It's very spooky. It has nostalgia vibes as far as like, if you're a comic book nerd, you're gonna see a bunch of cameos that are like, oh snap. There's a lot of undead stuff, a lot of scares. It's just a fun ride. Like, it's just, I think it's a great popcorn movie, and it's gonna be a great addition to the Marvel cinematic universe.
Yeah. I think it's really awesome that we are getting to see such a huge franchise and like trendy thing in Hollywood and in the industry, bringing in like such spooky elements, because like I could kind of tell in the theater that some people were like shocked in certain scenes, which to us were like, that is amazing. But I think people didn't realize how dark it was going to be. Yes. And I'm not trying to build it up, because like for the whole like 3/4 of the movie of the beginning, I was just like, this isn't that spooky, and then towards the end I was like, oh my god, that is really cool. So yeah, I don't want to like downplay it or overplay it, so I'm gonna be like totally honest. For me, as someone who's not a Doctor Strange fan, I think it's like a 3.5/4, because it wasn't like amazing, oh my god, but I would probably want to watch it again at home, so that I can like kind of chill, and then when the parts towards the end that I really like come out, I can like pay attention. Yeah,
because there's just so much stuff happening. Like there's one scene where you see like a lot of the multiverse, and if like it happens so fast, but I want to see it slow to see all that stuff and pick it apart and see like what you get to see in there. I saw some stuff that I thought was really cool, but
yeah, it was really cool. But I think like just for me personally, I'm gonna be honest, like I give it the stars it does get is for all the spooky vibes. So if you're looking for like spooky vibes and you need a hit before Halloween season, I think it definitely does that for you.
It's like fun spooky. It's not like The Ring spooky the whole time.
Yeah,
it's just like very fun spooky.
It's like I was sitting there thinking like, it's not like a 5 for me, but somehow it's also like very TGM, because it's like it's nerdy, it's pop culture, but it's also like spooky and witchy and magical, and the music. So it's kind of like
I can't wait
the
for
Ghoulmates in a movie. The Ghoulmates made a movie.
We need that vinyl for sure, because the music was great.
It was really good. All right, then let us know in the comments down below if you're planning to watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And what movies you're looking forward to this year. Until next time, we're sending you ghouls and kisses. Bye.